We are live. Yay! Howdy, everybody.
Hello.
Alex, sarcastic, seller, Sachihiti, guten Abend. Um,
Yes, good
yes.
evening indeed.
Yeah.
Or maybe where he is, it's good
Sure.
morning. I don't
Oh yeah,
know.
I think technically for you it's
Good
guten
morning.
Morgen.
Yes.
Yeah. Dragons live. Howdy. Just got a little bit of a late start because we were running errands and there was like, uh, you know, what we were just saying before we went live. I said, well, there must have been a half dozen people in front of me at the chiropractor. Of course, Darren said adjusted for inflation, that's a million. Ha ha. But yeah, so.
I hope Dragon's Library doesn't charge us a late fee.
Ha ha. Oh, Dragon's Library. Ha ha. Yeah, but anyway, so yeah, we're here. We made it, and I'm trying out. I'm working on something I'd been wanting to do for a while, which was to have a little cabinet in front of the cabinet for offerings and stuff. And it's a little bit smaller. It's configured differently from what I'd been using, but hopefully it'll do well. So we'll see. Word, word of wisdom. Alter spaces evolve as you do. So, I've and that's something I may have to do one of these days is just, pictures like over the years, how it's changed because,
Yes.
it changes to match your space. And so, they're always a work in progress, but I hope everybody's doing well. I know there's been a lot of problems with, like folks in the Northeast and the Midwest dealing with smoke from the wildfires. Down here where we are, this time of year we tend to get Saharan dust plumes, and it's just been
It's hot enough to be the desert.
Yeah. Worse. It's not even a dry heat. We're down where we are. It's humid.
Oh no,
so.
the crock pot's going about right. Just sit me outside.
Yeah. If it gets any hotter, we'll have to beat the alligators out of the modem. They'll be wanting to send themselves someplace cooler.
Yeah.
But Seba Kekaway. Yes, this is my altar. It's been years in the making. And Satchahiti is on DeviantArt, and it's been a little while since I've been on there. I think the last art I posted was Transformers related, but I would love to see that. And I know you had shared links in a comment. I'll have to go back and hit you up on DeviantArt. But yes, tonight we're honoring our temple patrons, which would be, of course, Rahoraketi. And years ago I did a video about that because when this particular statue was was new and you could buy it in shops, that's a little harder to find now. But it was advertised as a seated Horus, and I'm like, no, that's a sun disk on his head. That's Ra, Ra Horaketi. And so we did a whole video on Horus versus Ra, and
so there's May 5.
Yeah, I love the bit of voiceover that Darren did for that. That was really funny. And actually, somebody had said, you ought to do one for goddesses, because how do you tell the different goddesses apart? Especially when they're all wearing the sun disk with the horns. So, and Darren's putting his hand to his mouth like he's got a naughty idea. We'll have to discuss this later. This is called pre-production. But yes, so Raharaketi, Sekhmet, and the Osir Neb Kepra. And I also have a candle for Ishtar. She's sort of a president of the neighborhood association, you can say, because
she's well liked.
Yeah. Well, think about it, because she was known to the Egyptians, and of course she hails from Mesopotamia, and has the Canaanite form of Astarte, and so she is well traveled and yes, well liked. So we'll read something for her tonight too. So. I'm kind of jealous because Sarcastic is up in the Pacific Northwest, and they're having kind of a cool summer right now. Not complaining. It's supposed to be normal, but it's weird. I'm used to the messed up weather now. Yeah. And Utah's had a cool summer too. You know what? I'm gonna come and visit you guys. Yeah. Hi, the Spider-Man meme, that but with Hathor and all the goddesses. You know what? Morgan is our Spider-Man person, and I bet you because of the Spider-Verse and all the different Spider-Man iterations.
Oh yeah.
We'll get him to educate us on that. And
No, I'd rather watch it myself. It'd be shorter if I watched all 70 years of Spider-Man and have him educated.
No. Well, if you ever want to make someone suffer, get Morgan and my two brothers in a room, and you tell them this phrase: Venom versus Carnage, go. And, stick somebody in a room with them. They will suffer. We did this to somebody. They had earned it.
They suffered.
So, with that in mind, we'll go ahead and get started. But no, trying the Spider-Man meme with all the goddesses. We'll have to discuss that in pre-production. Hang on. By the way, I have a ceiling fan on high. If that's producing a lot of background noise, just tell me and we'll turn it down. But that heat we were talking about, the ceiling fan really helps to.
It is real, y'all.
Yeah, it really helps with that. But you know what else helps with that? The cool waters. These cool waters are upon my hands, and they purify me. This technique purifies me. Hail unto you, O Natural. We come unto you without falsehood and without evil. Our purity is upon our hands. Purity is within our hearts.
Man, that's cold.
It's not that cold. We're cast out all evil that pertains to us. We are pure, we are pure, we are pure, we are pure. When it's hot like this, it feels good, man. I mean, to me, it felt kind of tepid.
I'm a sensitive young man.
Okay. There are those who would still say, yes, you are. Okay. I'm going to start with this one, and we'll light our other candles. Come in peace, bright eye of Horus. Come in peace. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus shines like Ra in the twin horizons, and evil hides in fear of it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus destroys the enemies of Ra and all of their abodes, till none remain. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus comes to the four corners of the world, to everyone who is tuning in with us now, and to everyone who will be joining us in the future. This eye of Horus comes, and we are purified with it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
Okay, and we will light our candles for the Osir Nisu Nekebra Ra, better known as King Tut, for Mama Sekhmet, although I think this one, oh, well, oh. Okay, it's down to the bottom of it, and so the grill lighter is, there we go. Okay, it may be, okay, yeah, it may be done for now, but that's okay. I can replace it with another one later. But
Mama
Sekhmet is,
Segment is always here.
yes, Sekhmet is here. She's most certainly in attendance. And for Ishtar, aka Inanna. You arise in the Alketis Capri, O Ra, spreading your light upon the earth. You set in peace in the mountains of Manu as a tomb, bringing your light to Duat. Shine upon earth as you do in heaven and Duat. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who came from noon at the first time, for such is your uniqueness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Hu at your left side, for such are the words you commanded. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Sia at your right side, for such is your great wisdom. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, whose Hika goes before you, for such is your ability. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who rules with Ma'at upon your brow, for such is your righteousness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, and hail and praise unto you, O Sekhmet, and to you, Osir Nisin Nebkepri Ra, to Ishtar. Hail and praise unto you, O Yenichiru, you lords of love and lords of life. Grant us life, well-being, and health. May our eyes perceive your goodness and our hearts receive your wisdom. May you shine upon us as you traverse the sky, that we may bring to you Ma'at and cast out Isfet. And may you guard us from the evil one through the dark hours of the night, your protection being before us and your strength being within us. Take these, your cool waters, that are the inundation, that they may cool your hearts. O Yenichiru, these cool waters are the eye of Horus, that your hearts may be refreshed. Milk, milk, may you taste it in your shrine. May your hearts be refreshed with it. We bring you this milk from the great flood, O Yenichiru, that you may be purified with it. We give you incense. We give you incense great of purity. This incense is the eye of Horus. Its fragrance comes to you, it cleanses you, it adorns you. It takes its place upon your hands. This incense is the eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you. The gardens prosper, and Hapi rejoices, overflowing with his meal. We fill the eye of Horus for you with wine, O Ra, O Yenetchadu. Drink and be pure. The doors of heaven and the doors of earth are open with libations for you within this house. May your faces be refreshed with your libations, your wine, and your water. Oops. Nope. Well, I guess candle snuffer needs to go under here for now. There we go. Take this, your bread on which gods live. This bread is the eye of Horus, O Yenetchadu. Lift it to your faces and be at peace with it. And actually included in the offerings are a couple more peppers from this season and some beans. I tell you what, beans are almost like, nature's surprise packages, at least because I plant a medley of different kinds. And so when they get to this stage, when I shell them, it's like, okay, which ones are these? Are they red beans? Are they black beans? Are they navy beans? You don't know until you open them. So. Of course, the lima beans are kind of a giveaway because they're broader and flatter, but the other ones are kind of a surprise. Pure, pure is Ra Horeketi within his house. Pure, pure is Sekhmet the Great within her house. Pure, pure is the Osir Nisu near Kepler Ra within his house. Pure, pure is Ishtar within her house. Pure are the cause of all of these gods, with this good myrrh that is given. Jehuti proclaims it. It is written in his house of sacred words. Hapi gives in abundance, thousands of offerings, all things good and pure, for Ra Horeketi, for Sekhmet, for Osir, Nevkepru Ra, for Ishtar. In every place their mortal cause wish to be. Their mortal cause dwell. Come to your body, O Ra Horeketi. Come to your body, O Sekhmet. Come to your body, O Nebkepru Ra, O Ishtar. Come to your bodies, O Yenetchadu, and come to your invocation. Come unto us, your servants who are mindful of your feasts and your offerings. Bring your power, your hika, your honor, and your ba to these your offerings, and partake of them. Come, O people, raise these offerings before the faces of these gods. Lift the offerings before Ra, before Sekhmet, before Nebkepru Ra, before Ishtar. All life comes from them. All health comes from them. All stability comes from them. All good fortune comes from them, as it has since the first time. O Ra Horeketi and your son, the Osir Nisu Nebkepru Ra, your foes retreat from you. Horus turns himself to his eye. Turn yourselves to these your offerings, and receive them from our hands. And now from the table of the gods to the table of the blessed dead. We light this candle, that it may be the eye of Horus, that lights their way in Duat. these cool waters from the table of Osiris. Their hearts may be refreshed. And we have to include Aunt Helen, Darren's aunt, not by blood, but mom's best friend. Was Huzzy Butt her nickname for your mom or your
They were
mom's
their
nickname
nicknames
for her?
For both.
Oh, their nickname for each other was Huzzy Butt.
Yes.
So,
But I wasn't going to say that over the mic, but okay.
well,
No, it's not that different from my own.
yeah, but well, anything that helps you to remember them and smile is valid, I think.
The day I get my license will be a good one because the last person to drive with me back then was her.
Oh, your driver's license, yeah. Because see, your my understanding is that it got to the point where your parents were both too scared to go driving with you or something.
My dad was making excuses, and my mom was chicken shit. She never even got behind the wheel.
Mm.
Not
But-
once.
But your Aunt Helen went driving with you.
Yeah, my Aunt Helen was like, "Shit, you're doing so good. I'm taking you for your license next week."
Yeah, and then the hand controls went out.
Then the hand controls went out on me in the middle of a major highway.
Yeah, so. But no, Aunt Helen was cool, and so we have to remember her because she passed away earlier this week. So. Orakaru ta hanket kakao abdu senachurmat kutnibet nafrat wabet anket nasharim and kawan naku kunibu ma karunibu kiranachra. A voice offering of bread and beer, 1,000 of beef and fowl, incense, oils, and all good and pure things on which a god lives. For the cause of all of these Akh, all true of voice before the great God. Oh, hang on, I'm just gonna check. Wait a minute. And well, you know what? Circle of life. Kid Fox just said she's 14 weeks pregnant tomorrow.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We know what you've been doing.
Well, actually,
Ah,
if it were that simple, they wouldn't have been
yeah,
asking for so many prayers.
I know, but
Yeah. Oh, okay. And Alex is with her family on vacation. It's the first time they're spending time together. So awesome. So that's great. So there's for every bit of sadness in the world, there's joy somewhere, and it does. As long as it stays in balance, then creation can move on. So it's our job to keep the balance. And so with that in mind, we come unto you, O Ra, as Jehuti comes, our hands joined under Ma'at. Ma'at has come to be with you in every place where you are. An offering of Ma'at is made unto you, that your heart may be pleased and your cow shall live. Truly, your Aeneid has Ma'at, for they know you live in her. The Aeneid says unto you, your word is law, eternally. The Svet is cast out by your word. Rejoicing is yours every day. Ma'at has taken her place in your shrine. And may we always act with gentility and compassion, for such is the first mod. May we always offer charity and hospitality, for such is the second mod. May we always respect consent and fidelity, for such is the third mod. May we always avoid violence and promote wellness, for such is the fourth mod. May we always speak words of truth, for such is the fifth mod. May we always promote the public good, for such is the sixth mod. May we always act humbly and with temperance, for such is the seventh mod. May we always honor our gods and respect others, for such is the eighth mod. May we uphold Ma'at like Jehuti, that we may witness Ra's perfection every day. Okay. Well, read for Ra and for Sekhmet. And actually, I do have a little something for the Pharaoh on the back of his candle. Hopefully, it won't be too hot for me to turn it around and read that. We'll
Born
find
in Arizona, moved to Babylon. No?
Well, I tell you what, we'll start off with that since you had to go there.
He was born in Arizona, moved to Babylon.
You know, I used to have people. There was a mush that I was on, and for those of you who remember mudding and mushing, that means you're old like me and Darren. But there was this one that my screen name there was Tut, and so I'd get on, and people would start singing, by typing that song. Yes, and it's like, did I hold up a cue card? I guess yeah. Anyway, let me see if I can handle. There we go. Okay. Yes, I'm using this one tonight. Hail unto you, Nebkapura, the Osiris true of voice, just Lord who calmed the two lands, who wore the crown of his father Ra. May you delight the gods with your offerings. May you bring prosperity to your people. May you slay the wicked like Sekhmet. May you protect those who call your name. United with Unnefer, may you repeat eternity. Incidentally, that is actually based off of his fivefold title, because every pharaoh had a series of 5 names. There was their birth name, their crown name, and then the two ladies and the golden Horus and so forth. And I drew from some of that for the thing, the just Lord who calmed the two lands, and wears the crown of his father Ra. That's from his titles. So
very pretty.
And when you think about it, all of the exhibits and things that they've used sales from that to go towards like the museum and other things like that. He still helps his people even today. So no condos made of stona involved.
Yes, but I can tell you, if I'd known they lined up just to see him, I'd have saved up all my money and bought me a museum. The song's called King Tut by
Steve Martin
and the Toot Uncommons.
Yeah, well, spelled TOOT-Uncommons. Yeah. So it's on YouTube somewhere.
Yes, it's a Saturday Night Live skit, but he also recorded it.
Yeah.
On an album, so look it up. It's worth it.
What was it? Wasn't it on the Dr. Demento?
It was on one of the Dr. Demento collections. Yes.
Yeah.
As I recall, he's shown dressed in the outfit for at least one of those videos he did of it.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, this is like the height of 70s kitsch. So.
Yes.
Okay. Now come to be the words of the Lord of all. I am a tomb when I was alone. I came into being in noon. I am Ra in his rising, in the beginning ruling that which he has made. I am the great God who came into being himself, the waters, Nun, the father of the gods. What does it mean? It is Ra who created the names of his limbs. They have come into being as the gods in Ra's suite. I am unopposed among the gods. I am yesterday. I know tomorrow. What does it mean? Yesterday is Osiris. Tomorrow is Ra. On that day of destroying the wicked foes of the Lord of all, and of crowning his son Horus. I made the battleground of the gods as Osiris, Lord of the western desert, commanded. I know the great God who is in it. I am the great phoenix who is in Yunu. I am the overseer of that which exists. What does it mean? It is Osiris. Otherwise said, that which exists is his body. Otherwise said, it is eternal renewal and everlastingness. Neheh and Jed. Neheh, eternal renewal, is the day. Everlastingness, Jet, is the night. I am Min in his going forth. I have placed the dual plumes on my head. I am the great cat who split the Ished on its side in Yunu on that night of war, of warding off the rebels, on that day on which were destroyed the wicked foes of the Lord of all. What does it mean? That great cat who split the Ished on its side in Yunu is Ra himself, called Cat, Miu, when Sia said of him, how like him, Mi Sunnan, Irene. How like him by what he has done, and his name became Cat. Wrongdoing is overthrown and evil is destroyed. I have seen Ra born from the hindquarters of the great flood. If he is well, then I am well, and vice versa. And by the way, one of our folks on Discord made a PDF that's basically like a flowchart of everything from this particular chapter of the Book of the Dead, and I think I downloaded it to my phone. I'm going to put it on the website because projects like that are very cool. So, and from Mama Sekhmet. Hail, Sekhmet the Great, Eye of Ra, who hides him within her iris. Hail, Sekhmet, sovereign, mistress of light who moves in brightness. In peace, Sekhmet, mistress of darkness, at whose setting the dusk comes. In peace, Sekhmet, mistress of fear, whose seal brings death. Hail unto you, Sekhmet, daughter of Ra, who loves Ma'at, who detests Zfet. Most holy of the gods, one seeks life in you. Okay. One more, and then we can, of course, any prayer requests anybody has. I know Jory asked for us to pray for him and his family. His mom's going through a tough times, kind of upset right now, and of course, where they're at, they're getting smoke from the wildfires and stuff. So, peace and health and prosperity for them. And I have one more thing to read. This was something that I guess you can say that Ishtar said this to me, and so I had to write it down. Thus speaks the Queen of heaven and earth. Remember, I am the goddess of love. I will cherish you, extend your life, and add joy to your days. Do not say, woe, it cannot be done. I am Inanna. I create what cannot be created, destroy what cannot be destroyed. You should say, my mistress is the capable Ishtar, queen of heaven and earth. With her is the power, and I shall not fear. Now I think to do our cookies this time, because there's not a whole lot of space right here, but I think what I'm going to do. You okay? Just sudden hitch.
Yeah.
Tell you what. Because we gotta have space for our fortune cookies. So what I'll do is I will just I'll set this up and we'll put them here. Now, Seta had made a request already for a fortune, and we're going to do one for everybody. And I think we're going to be getting some more cookies by FedEx tomorrow.
I hope so.
Yeah, because I got a notice on the door that FedEx missed us today, so I'll have to make sure to answer the door if somebody rings tomorrow. Okay. Is that better? There you go. Just had to pause for a back scratch.
I'm gonna go turn in a circle and lay down.
Okay, so all right, Mary Whipwood, what are the tall candles called? They're difficult to find over here. Yeah, I think they're called 9-day or novena candles. They're real common over here, and I think that's because, at least in part, the influence of Mexican and Latin American practice. Because a lot of them that you'll find actually have labels with Mary or Saint Michael or Saint Jude on them. But you also find a lot of them that are just plain white. The only drawback is those tend to have a label that says, "Hey, don't be an idiot. Be careful when burning this," and it takes forever to soak those labels off.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's easier to get one that has some other kind of label and peel it off.
I'm really glad that we have that level of multicultural and ethnic influence in our city.
Yeah,
I really am. It'd be boring as hell without it.
Oh yeah. Where we are is really cool because you've got a Muslim community, you've got a Latin American community, and you've got
Asian of every stripe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
man, it's great.
Yeah. So it's small, but it's groovy. But yeah. And I can see where because Married Whipwood is in England, and I can see where So I would try looking for either novena or vigil candles. I think either of those, and printing the right size label. You make them into pretty much whatever you want. But okay, so I see all our requests. Yeah. And Alex, prayer from my boyfriend to get his paperwork from the Marines worked through again and for him to be accepted. And for my mom and cat, who are both dealing with arthritis.
Oh man, my total sympathies.
Yeah, and you know what? They make prednisone for dogs and cats now.
They do.
Because I used to have a dog named Dragon, and she got arthritis, and eventually got to a point where the prednisone didn't work anymore, and poor baby, but she was a breed, she was a mix of German Shepherd and Rottweiler, which both of them tend to get, hip dysplasia in their later years. But they have the prednisone stuff now. It's a great help for dogs and cats.
With the prednisone, they turn into puppies again.
Yeah. She got healthy enough to start digging again.
Yes.
But okay, prayer for a safe move from Dragon's Library. We're now a month out from my graduating and moving myself and my husband out of state to the next stage in our lives. Yes, absolutely.
Much hope and love.
Yeah, and Robin Penn, prayer for the marginalized, Black lives, Indigenous sovereignty, trans rights, and civil rights. Yes, and okay, request for cookie from Mrs. Jackal, and we'll go down the list.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Cookie for home.
Yeah, we'll start out with that one, and again, before broadcast, I got a request from Seta. I guess we'll have to pass that on for her. But this is our cookie for everyone. So if anyone's, tuning in with us after in syndication, so I like to joke. Yeah. Yes, if anyone's catching us in syndication, this one's for you too. To achieve a great goal, one must begin with a small achievement. So to achieve a great goal, one must begin with a small achievement.
The pyramids were built on top of the first mud brick.
Well,
And the foundation.
yeah, well, or to put it another way, even the Great Pyramids started as one block.
Yeah.
Before they built in stone, they built in mud.
Yeah. Well, see, the thing is, actually, I was like, dude, don't get me started on a history lecture, okay? Because the thing is, there were pyramids built with mud brick cores, but that was in the Middle Kingdom, and the problem is the mud brick core deteriorated and collapsed, and so you have a whole bunch of pyramids that don't look like pyramids anymore. They just look like mounds in the desert, and they're the Middle Kingdom pyramids. So, the reason why the Great Pyramids still stand is because somebody said, I have an unlimited budget. Here we go. Bam.
Yeah.
Stone Mountain. So, okay, and so Seta had requested a cookie. Oh, that was...
Yeah.
It's kind of odd for me to hear a metallic clink when the cookie lands. I'm like, what was that? That's called synchronicity. But without the Scottish Lake. Extra cookie if anybody gets that music joke. Yamane, we're going to have to pass on to Seta. Courage is the hallmark of the warrior. So
that's interesting.
Yes, courage is the hallmark of the warrior. So we'll have to let her know that. Okay, so next on the list, and it'll be a minute. I'll have to scroll down as I'm getting cookies. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, so starting from Ms. Jackal and then Kit Fox. I sense a theme. Okay, so for Ms. Jackal. Oh my. Pass on to Ms. Jackal. What is to give light must endure the burning.
We heard that last week too.
Yes, another devotee of a jackal deity got that. But yes, what is to give light must endure the burning. But again, I think it's very positive. It's in a way, it's saying if you're having a tough time right now, don't let that discourage you, because you're meant for greater things. Because yes, it's talking about burning, but it's also talking about what is to give light. So just hang in there. The burning is just part of the process. So next is Kit Fox. And congrats again. 14 weeks along. Kid Fox, delay is the antidote for anger. If you find yourself getting mad, stop, take a deep breath, count to 10. Delay is the antidote for anger.
Very interesting.
Okay. Sarcastic, and then Sachihuti.
When we get to the end, I think I'll have one too.
Alrighty. Okay. So, sarcastic, I guess you got two this time. So this is the first one. Good health is a person's best wealth. Now, second one. Thorough preparation makes its own luck. So you're too fortunate, sarcastic. Good health is a person's best wealth. Thorough preparation makes its own luck. So, enjoy your good health. Take care of it. And as Scar sang in The Lion King, be prepared. Okay, so now for Sachihuti. Oh my. Sachihuti, you also got two. So it's kind of interesting because we're waiting for a fresh box of cookies, but it seems that some folks have a lot to say. So your first one. People always know what they are saying, they just never listen. That's the first one. Second one. Your home is a pleasant place from which you draw happiness. So the two that you have, Sachihuti, people always know what they are saying, they just never listen. And your home is a pleasant place from which you draw happiness. Okay, so scrolling down. So Robin Penn, then Seba Kekaway. And let's see. And I'm at set. Okay. There we go. So it's Robin. Yeah, I had one that flew away. Okay, there it is. All right. Robin Penn. Out of confusion comes new patterns. So it may seem chaotic right now, but some new patterns will emerge. Out of confusion comes new patterns. Just whatever it is, hang in there. You can make it work and make something good out of it. So Seba Kekaway. Seba Kekaway. Judge not according to the appearance. Things are not as they seem. Judge not according to the appearance. And the sense that I'm getting is it's not as bad as it looks. But hopefully that will make more sense as the week goes on. But Amen Set, then Married Wekawet. Amen Set. You are only as old as you act. You are only as old as you act. And that's very true. I have a brother who is younger than me, but he doesn't go anywhere. He doesn't do anything. He goes to work. He goes home. He naps in his chair. He plays with his dog, and that's it. So, well, and he goes to bed at 9 o'clock. And so we call him Grandpa Roger, even though he's younger than me. So you are only as old as you act. So Married to Wet, and then 9/11 Sean. Okay. There we go. Married to Wet. Our duty as men and women is to proceed as if limits to our ability did not exist. Do not say it cannot be done. So, Wepawet is there to open the way. Our duty as men and women is to proceed as if limits to our ability did not exist. Okay, so 9/11 Sean, and then Alex, and for boyfriend. Okay, so 9/11 Sean first. All right, 9/11 Sean. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. You know, that immediately makes me think of Ptah and the creation story, because his heart prompted him to speak everything into existence. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So 9/11 Sean, I kind of feel like you know that was Ptah telling you hello. Okay. And, okay. Okay. Hello from Zach H. All right. Just checking, make sure. All right. So yeah, for Alex and boyfriend, and then celery, and then um Habi Yakim. But hobby, I think, is what we were just calling it. But Alex, and I hope you guys are enjoying your family vacation. Hope it's not too hot wherever you are. And the cookie is empty. So you are the cookie. I think that's their way of saying take a break. It's a vacation. Enjoy it. Come back refreshed and worry about those other things when the vacation is done. Now for boyfriend. Oh my. So now he's got two. Funny that. Unless okay, considering he's worried about paperwork, this is interesting. Great things are accomplished only by the perfection of minor details. And he's worried about paperwork. Double check that paperwork and see if there's something that was overlooked or missed or needs to be tweaked. Great things are accomplished only by the perfection of minor details.
Read that small print.
Yeah. Now there's one more here. So let's see what else they have to say. By the way, we have a friend who's, I think she's about to start dating a Marine. And we met him a couple of times this week. Funny guy. He had some really amusing and horrifying stories, but he told us an acronym for Marine. This video is not rated for kids anyway, so the acronym was "My ass rides in Navy equipment." So, and then, of course, we told them the other one we heard, which was "Muscles are required, intelligence not essential." That one's not as flattering, but he told us directly the other one. But for your boyfriend, our deeds determine us as much as we determine our deeds. So great things are accomplished only by the perfection of minor details. Our deeds determine us as much as we determine our deeds. You know, you become what you do. So a good thing to keep in mind as he goes on to get into the Marines. But yeah, check that paperwork. So, okay, celery and requesting something from Nebaton. And, okay, and then for hobby. So, tell you what, I still have the candle for Nebatot. So we will ask her if she will give us a hand for celery. Celery. The best way to predict the future is to create it. The best way to predict the future is to create it. Or if you take the Terminator version of that, no fate but what we make for ourselves. Okay, and for hubby. Okay. You are grateful for the small pleasures in life. And I think that is a good thing. You are grateful for the small pleasures in life. Okay. And I see Robin had a super thanks and a prayer for trans rights. Um, and it's a good thing to ask Ishtar for because she is said to be able to change women into men and men into women, which um, at the time that it was written, it might have been suggested that that was like a way of changing, reversal of fortune. But you know what? It can mean the other thing too. I think Ishtar is all about creating new paths, new maze is what they call them in the Mesopotamian tradition. So may she continue to look after those that um, dance between the boundaries, just as she did. Okay. Okay. so now I'm scrolling down. I'm seeing Judy's bonking me over the head for A, not hydrating, and B, putting off stuff. Oh, okay. Alrighty. So we can't go, am I being judgy? Well, you know what? If that's the first hint that you get, then maybe so. Okay, and I see Laurencia Maggiana. For me, if it's not too late, absolutely. It's Serrana and Sticks. Well, funny thing, we've got, I think we have 3 left. Actually, yes. Okay, so now what's interesting is one of these is like 2 together in a package, which is kind of odd, but hey, somebody's getting that tonight. Um, Okay, Sarana is saying, yeah, please be aware of abuse within the system and find a way to fight back. I have a friend who was an ex-Marine with not so good stories. And I've heard a lot of people in the military who have experienced workplace abuse. Yeah, it's a each branch has its own particular culture, and yeah, there are negative aspects to that as well as positive. So, I guess my advice to anyone is don't lose yourself in the middle of all that because yeah, they have to turn you down and build you back up so that you can um, serve in a combat situation, but the challenge is not to lose your humanity in the process. So, oh, okay, that's my already. Okay, and Alex, I'm gonna go to bed tonight. And now, nighty night. I start help a boy out. Haha, gender transformers. Yeah. Okay. So our last 3 for the night: Serana, Sticks, and Married Weapawet. I mean, not Married Weapawet. Sorry, Laurencia. Starting Laurencia, Serana, and Sticks. Okay. So Laurencia is the first one, and wow, that one launched. Hang on. Give me just a second, guys. I gotta fish this one out from the bookcase. So, Laurencia Maggiana, this one is yours. And it's the twofer. So here's the first one. You are ready to take on the world. Now, perhaps that message is being tempered here. Let's see. Out of confusion comes new patterns. And perhaps that's the order we need to read this in. Out of confusion comes new patterns. You are ready to take on the world. So, Laurencia, I think this is a way of saying you're going to make sense of this and onward and upward. I think that's a strong note of encouragement. So next is Serana. And the last one will be for Sticks. So, Serana, impatience may be appropriate at this time. It's time to stop waiting. Impatience may be appropriate at this time. So there you go, Serana. And Sticks. You got the last one. And like I said, we should be getting another box, hopefully, in the mail or in via FedEx tomorrow. They just, for whatever reason, they didn't want to leave it on the doorstep. But Sticks, grand adventures await those who are willing to turn the corner. And I'm just going to take this and do like that so they don't float away. Grand adventures await those who are willing to turn the corner. So, time to put something behind, turn the corner. And there are better things ahead. And
You're still me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, here's the thing.
You out of cookies?
Yeah, out of cookies in that one. I tell you what. Afterwards, I know where I've got one. Floating around. We can open. Or I can. We will work something out. But,
okay.
Yeah, but yeah. Of course, it's funny that I read that one. About grand adventure awaits those who are willing to turn the corner, and again, another of those songs that if you're of the right age, you'll know this. But from the original Transformers movie, the song "Dare," there's a line in there about you can fly if you try leaving the past behind. Heaven only knows what you might find. So, if that gets anyone, if that gets the song in anyone's head, then like I said, that means you're as old as I am. But okay. Oh, and I saw a little heart. Somebody. So. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, is Juniper having a hard time getting in the Discord server? I saw a request a moment ago, and now it's gone. Okay. Okay. Well. If Juniper needs one, then we'll see what we can do. And like I said, I'm catching up because Alex had to head to bed. Okay. Was Juniper here? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Is there no more cookies right now? Like I said, hopefully we'll get some for next time. I guess we'll just ask Jennifer later if she wants something later. We'll see what we can do. But we'll say some prayers for everybody, and wishes for good fortune and clarity for everyone. Hear us, O Ra, great Lord of Yanu, and place your arms of blessing around Juniper and all of those who are tuning in with us. Let them rejoice in your bounty, and their hearts take joy in your kindness. Tell Neat and Upwoat to open their ways for them, and may you protect them with your strong arm of compassion. For you are the All-Lord, the Lord of Ma'at. Holy and splendid is your name. Capri at dawn, Atum at dusk. Ra Horaketi, as you rule the nine. It's so interesting to me. I just look over here, and we ended up having this is our little divination table, because we've got our fortune cookies, and whose candle is standing there on it but Nebatot. And I've noticed that in general, the gnosis among Kemetics and pagans is that Nebuchadnezzar has kind of a hand in divination. So I find that very interesting. But of course, if anybody's got any other requests, just go ahead and shoot those up. We'll make sure that everybody has what they need. But in the meantime, hail unto you, Atum. Hail unto you, Capri. You come into being upon the primeval hill. You shine forth upon the shrine of the phoenix in you new. You breathe out Shu and Tefnut. May the giving of these offerings endure, as the name of Atum, foremost of the great Enid, endures. May they endure, as the name of Shu, Lord of Upper Menset, in Yunu, endures. As the name of Tefnut, Mistress of Lower Menset, in Yunu, endures. As the name of Geb at the earth's Ba endures. As the name of Nut in the shrine of Shanit in Yunu endures. As the name of Osir, Kentiamentiu, endures. As the name of Aset in Necheru endures. As the name of Sutek in Nubet endures. As the name of Horus in Pe endures. As the name of Wajit in Dep endures. As the name of Jehuti in Khamenu endures. As the name of Ra in the Akhet endures likewise for eternity. You have come in peace, O Ra. You have come in peace, O Sekhmet. O Nebkepru Ra. O Ishtar. You have come in peace, O Yunuchuru. May you go forth in peace, O Ra, Sekhmet, Nebkepru Ra, Ishtar. May you go forth in peace, O Yunuchuru, to every place your immortal cause wish to be. May you sail in joy in the Manjet bark, and rest content in the Sektet bark. And may you smile upon us, your humble servants. Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Was anything good? Okay, Serranus is a prayer for good health. I'm still struggling with infection. Antibiotics and antifungals don't seem to be helping as much as they should. Oh my.
Are you diabetic?
Yeah.
If you don't think you are, go get checked. Because one of the biggest clues for precursor to or diabetes is wounds not healing and antibiotics not quite working. Another big clue is if you got a lot of skin tags, big clue you're borderline.
Really? Huh. That I didn't know.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, she's definitely worth a trip back to the doctor. Oh, okay, let's see, okay, yeah, I tell you what, y'all want yeah, we do need a couple more chat mods for that. Tell you what, Celery, are you up for it? Okay, sorry, oh wait, Sarcastic, you're not a mod here? Hang on. Let me see if I can fix that. Add as a moderator.
No way.
Okay. Well, guess what? Sarcastic, you are now a mod on the channel.
Just kidding. No,
Yeah.
I'm being sarcastic.
Yeah. Okay, Okay, yeah, and is there a Discord server? Is it open for the public? Unaffiliated Kemetic and would love to join. Absolutely. Well, come on. Come on down. And tell you what, let me see if I've got a link here. Okay, there you go. That is the link to the Discord. So, Laurencia, give that a click. Okay, and oh, by the way, yes, thank you for sharing the what's on tap for the holidays, because yes, and absolutely, you're welcome for the fortunes, and since we're getting close to the end of the liturgical year, that means I need to sit down with a calendar and work out what's the schedule for the next year, and so as it gets a little closer to that, I will post it on kemeticreform.org, and so we'll know what's being honored at what time, and when we'll have, like, when the decade happens to fall on a Friday, we do a decade feast.
That's wonderful.
And things like that. Yeah. Well, yeah, and it's funny. That's actually a little bit of advice that I got from a book on managing small churches that's written for Christians, and it's kind of fun and almost a little naughty reading their books, because it's like, yeah, these are all the things that they intend for themselves, and we're like, yanking their tips, if it works.
I'm not much at making speeches, so I'll just say thanks.
Yeah, well, it's funny. One of the things he said is plan ahead. It's all right. Open your calendar. Christmas. It's on December 25th. I checked. So put that on your calendar right now. Of course, that's their big day. But for us, okay, New Year's, July 18th. Same time next year. That's what makes it a little easier about the way we do it, as opposed to trying to calculate, okay, when is Sirius going to be appearing over a certain time zone?
Are you serious? Wow.
Yeah, I know. Well, like I said, see, the thing is, if you're going by when you can cite it, and I did a video on that. There's lots of different things that can come up, and oh my God, you really want to get complicated. Our pals that are Sumerian and Mesopotamian pagans, their calendar is lunar, and that gets really complicated. So I just
I applaud them for their patience and dedication, but we have laundry to do.
That's a good way to put it. Yes. Kudos to you, but I've got laundry to do. Let me just go look it up on almanac.com. So
Can you imagine also in the old days, they had these priests who were sitting up there on top of the pylons watching the skies, and I'm like, my vision, if I'm looking up at the skies, it's difficult to make out individual stars at times, and trying to calculate what time it is and everything else. It must be insane.
Well, they had a system of doing it, apparently. For one, another thing to keep in mind is we have light pollution. They did not. They saw more stuff than we did. And also, but in the desert, you don't have forests to obscure your vision either. But what I wonder is what kinds of stories and dirty jokes were those hour priests telling as they were sitting there all night on the roof of the temple watching the stars? Because that there was a couple of them sitting up there and telling, they probably knew all the gossip in town, all the crazy stories you could think of, every ghost story, every joke. They knew it all.
How many times somebody said the following joke?
What
comes out at night? And then they mooned everybody who was in front of them.
There was probably some ancient equivalent of that. And so, yeah, that's I think about that when I think about the hour priests that were tracking, the stars. Yeah. So and I will leave you guys with that thought. Stellaria map. You know what? I'll have to check that out. Yes, drinking beer and watching stars. You know what? I could think of worse things to do.
Yes.
To be an hour.
5 o'clock somewhere.
Yes. Yes. All right. Thank you guys. Yes. Have a blessed weekend. And I'll have to check out the Stellaria map. You know what, Celery? If you're up for modding, I will add you as well. And Nashville Outdoors Exchange chat moments in live. Um, Alrighty. Okay, so we got a couple of months now, and blessings in dodge the fireworks. Well, you know what? It's funny. We made friends at a fireworks store last year. No telling what we could have going on this year. Um, yes, we. Oh, neat. I'm definitely gonna have to check that out. But okay, guys. Um, yes, it's been an hour and 20 minutes. Thank you guys for tuning in with us, and especially those of you that are like in other time zones. Um, yes, absolutely. Oh, Kayleen, I've been here a while, and yes, what I do. Um, yeah, glad that you're doing well, and
Everybody, thank you for being here. Really,
and
you guys are unbelievable.
yes, and new mods are great mods, yes, and next week we will be honoring we should be honoring Anubis, who has a feast on the 4th of July.
Get your milk buns, everybody.
Helps. Well, you know what's and okay, quick rant, really quick before we close down. I mentioned something about this back when we were participating with the local coven. It was kind of an eclectic coven, an open circle, so lots of people from different mainstream paths. And I mentioned, oh well, there's a feast of Anubis on the 4th of July, and they're like, oh well, I don't know if I want to do that, and they're thinking God of death, creepy. I'm like, no, Anubis is cool.
He's a good puppy.
Yeah. Yes.
If I ever see him, I'm gonna spend so much time just playing with it.
Well, I kind of got fussed at an exhibit because this was replicas. Okay, it was not actual artifacts. These were replicas, and it was open air, and they had a replica of the statue of Anubis, and so I scratched behind his ears. Yeah, and I was like, if it were the real thing, no, I would not touch it, but it also would be behind glass. So
yes, and I'm sitting there. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Get it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. And have a great week. Stay well. See you next week. I think isn't Canadian Independence also coming up? It's in the same time frame.
I'm not sure, but what I can say.
Celery, I know celery's from Nova Scotia.
What I can say for our Canadian family and neighbors to the north, please take care of yourselves, and I hope the fires get under control soon.
Yes.
For your own sakes, and just know that we love you.
Yeah. Yes. Chicken and waffles.
Hey,
I think
what is the name of that fast food joint? Meat Fire Good?
Harvey's? I think it's
Yes.
Harvey's.
Holy shit,
Harvey
I love
burgers.
that place when we were there.
Harvey's.
And if anybody wants to send us some real maple syrup, that'd be great.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, it's sarcastic saying, oh, death gods are so scary. Yeah, you mean Grain Dad and Jackal Dad? Yes.
Yeah.
They're cool. All right. Well, much love, guys. That's right. Mom and Nebbit isn't scary either. Yeah, if anything, I think to me the sense I get from Nebbit is that she's like, I got this. She's got this kind of almost there's almost a hint of sass there, but very very poised and confident, and don't worry, I'll handle it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, July 1 is Canada Day. Oh, so tomorrow's Canada Day. Happy Canada Day.
Happy Canada Day, eh?
Yeah. Much love. Okay. Well, happy Canada Day, and big hugs to everybody. We'll see you next week.
Enjoy yourselves.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. And sarcastic saying, we can't ever go to funerary associations. That's a good chunk of the pantheon. Yeah.